And the greatest need in America tonight is not a bigger Air Force. Our greatest need tonight is not bigger hydrogen bombs and more missiles. The greatest need in America tonight is a return to faith in God. A spiritual awakening. Young people by the thousands marching under the banner of the Lord Jesus Christ. And I want to tell you something. Those men that died on Iwo Jima, it says, Mene, Tekel, Upharsin, thou art weighed in the balances and found wanting. Belshazzar, you've lived your own life the way you want to live it. And now the day of judgment has come. You've been weighed in God's balances all these years that you thought you were getting away with it. God was reading your motives and thoughts and intents. God was weighing you. And Belshazzar, you don't weigh enough. Belshazzar, the day of reckoning has come. Judgment is about to fall. You're being weighed in God's balances. I tell you tonight, in our wars past, that paid with their blood for the liberty that we enjoy tonight, then give your life to Jesus Christ and follow and serve Him. Go to church and take your place tomorrow morning in the pew where you belong. And you'll be doing more for your nation and for the world at large and for better understanding and the bettering of human relations that we must have if we are to have peace than anything you could possibly do. Him saying, Lord, when saw we thee a hungered or a thirst or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily, I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not unto one of the least of these, ye did it not to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous unto life eternal. In other words, here was a man that needed clothes, and you just didn't give it to him. You neglected. Here was a person that needed a smile, and you just passed on by. You were too busy. Here was a sick person that needed to be visited, but you were just too busy to go to the hospital and give them a word of cheer. And Jesus said, someday you shall be judged by the things you didn't do. Here was a man in your community of another race that needed your encouragement, but because of your prejudice, you couldn't go and help him. You neglected. You were afraid to take a moral stand. In your community, there are thousands of people with spiritual needs, people that need to be won to Jesus Christ, but because you're too busy, you're too self-occupied, you haven't had time to go witness for Jesus Christ. And there are people that are lost that you could have helped, but you haven't helped them. You neglected. You're guilty of the sins of omission. And the sins of omission are just as great as the sins of omission. It's just as wrong to neglect to do something that you should have done as it is to go out and commit a murder. And how many of us tonight are guilty? I tell you, God shall judge us and weigh us by the sins of omission.